Cross country is a very beneficial sport for your mind and body. However, not knowing some things about the sport can actually lead to having a negative effect on your mind and body, especially if you're a newer runner. Soreness, injuries, and not getting any faster, these are all problems that newer runners face, and heck, even more experienced runners. But all of these problems can actually be prevented by knowing the 3 things that I'm about to share with you guys in this video. My name's Evan. I'm a high school cross country runner who's been running for 7 years now, picking up my first state championship win last season. However, I didn't start seeing much success in cross country until about after 4 years when I started applying these 3 things that I'm about to talk about in this video. Let's get started. First, let's talk about overtraining. This is something a lot of newer runners do, which is very bad. However, it's not the runner's fault at all. It seems logical that the more you run and the faster you run during training would make you fitter and overall just make you faster on race day, right? When I was running cross country all the way back in 4th grade, I was a victim of overtraining. I was always the weird kid who, when come recess, instead of playing on the playground, I would literally be running laps around the playground until recess was over. While the other kids were playing, I would be logging an extra 3 miles for the day. Imagine what that Strava map would look like. And whenever I didn't have cross country practice, I would literally go out in my neighborhood and run an all-out mile as hard as I could. I was doing this like 2 to 3 times a week. Even though I sucked at cross country, I really loved the sport, and that's why I did all the things that I did, because I really wanted to get better. However, unfortunately, all this extra training led to was soreness and burnout. I was running too much and too fast. But I mean, it makes sense if you don't understand the sport a little bit better, right? If you want to get better at the mile, just run a bunch of fast miles. Unfortunately, that is not how this sport works. You can't just grind and grind and grind, or else you're going to get injured and you're going to be exhausted when it's time to perform. Most coaches have a structured training plan that allows for optimal recovery while still gaining lots of fitness. So don't try to run outside of practice like I did unless your coach tells you to. If your coach doesn't have a well-structured training plan and you're in a situation where you have to train on your own, the main takeaway here is just to not do too much and to not run too fast during easy runs. For pacing during easy runs, a good rule of thumb is to run at 75% of your max heart rate. And an easy way to find the estimate of your max heart rate is by taking the number 220 and subtracting your age. Whatever number you get, multiply it by 0.75. Mine is about 155 beats per minute, and I try to stay no more than 5 beats per minute higher and no more than 5 beats per minute lower. So I'm in like the 150 to 160 range for my easy runs. This range is going to ensure that you're getting all the fitness benefits of the run while not killing yourself. Number 2, let's talk about recovery. Most people after cross country practice, they just do a couple stretches and go home and don't do anything else. And I mean, it's better than nothing, but this is not how you properly recover. There's other things you can do besides stretching to promote blood flow and speed up the recovery process, like foam rolling, massage guns, ice baths. But in my opinion, the most important thing you can do to recover from a workout effectively is to eat food. However, not just any food, I'm talking food high in protein and carbohydrates. When you run or do any type of workout, it creates little tears in your muscles. Amino acids found in protein are the building blocks for repair and growth in your muscles, and consuming carbohydrates increases insulin production, which leads to less muscle protein breakdown. Also, good carbs are going to replenish your glycogen stores so that you have more energy and more strength for your next workout. Good foods for recovery on the protein side are things like milk, eggs, salmon, chicken, pretty much any meat. And for carbs, oats, watermelon, bananas, and my personal favorite, tart cherry juice. My recovery combo at the moment is salmon and tart cherry juice. Now obviously you can't cook salmon after practice every day, so that's why I get these little dried salmon bites. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon lower cortisol and they increase testosterone, which is great for recovery. Whatever you choose to eat, be sure to get it in between 30 minutes to an hour after you run, and especially sooner if you didn't eat that much before you run. The final thing I want to talk about today is becoming a student of the sport. There's other things you can do besides training that will make you faster. What I mean by this is, let's say after practice you go home and watch some educational running YouTube videos. Let's say you watch Nick Symmonds' video on how to run the 800. Now you know that the best splits to run at 800 are running your first lap 2 seconds faster than your second, and that leads to you running a faster time in the 800. You have to have the desire to learn more and more. Keep watching educational videos videos like these. Imagine how much progress you would make in this sport if you took 30 minutes out of your day to learn something new that will help you run faster, while your competitors are spending 30 minutes playing video games or something. And don't ever stop learning because you think you know everything there is to know about the sport. This is a mistake I made recently, and it led to me slacking in my learning habits. I thought I knew everything, but as I dug a little bit deeper into my research, I actually found lots of things that I still didn't know about this sport. There's a quote that relates to this. I don't remember who stated it, but I think it goes like, "The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know nothing at all." I think that's how it goes. Correct me if I'm wrong though. On this channel, I post vlogs and educational running videos like these, so be sure to check out my other videos if you want to, and thanks for watching.